Hello, local Belleville residents. This is Anaya Felder here with your local Belleville News with Naya podcast. With our country being only 1 week away from Election Day, education is always a main topic on the ballots. On the Van Buren Public Schools Facebook page, since August, you may have seen many videos such as these informing the public about a proposed zero tax increase bond. The district website describes a bond as a state-approved funding process for set-scope large projects. They are typically paid back in 20 to 30 years. Our district superintendent was willing to speak with us more about this. What all is the November 4th bond looking to improve for our district?
Yeah. So there's a lot of components to the bond. We're looking to upgrade our buildings, our facilities. We have a couple elementary schools that are 25 years old now, and they need to be renovated. The student spaces need to be touched. We have community spaces that need to be touched in there. So that's two big projects. We also have transportation facilities, which is adjacent to the high school. We're looking to move those to our property that we have at Haggerty, where the old Haggerty Elementary School is, and free up this space for like an aviation space where in our bus garage, a robotic space. And then there's more room to build for future people who want to build stuff there for the high school program. And it gets our buses out of downtown, which is important because there's a lot of bus traffic every 6 times a day through 5 Points and the rest of downtown. So clearing that all the way out to Haggerty will be very helpful for the community. We have some athletic upgrades. We want to put in some additional turf fields at the baseball and softball fields, as well as a practice field for our field game like football and soccer, and having a good practice field for them as well, and maybe some scoreboards.
At McBride Middle School, math teacher and softball coach Mr. Webb spoke with us more about the scoreboards there.
I would love maybe some kind of microphone announcing things so that, we could communicate to the audience, maybe who scored a basket, what the, score may be, who's next up to serve. That would just kind of help more immerse our attending audience into our sporting event.
He also took us to the softball field and showed us drainage issues that are also proposed to be fixed with this bond.
This field is also notorious for flooding. It pools bad. Sometimes you can find, divots and bowls of water as deep as like 2 or 3 inches, and obviously it makes the field unplayable.
And how does this affect the athletic students' practices and games?
It definitely bums them out. We've had plenty of games that were rained out, not because of rain currently, but from the rain from before. It just kind of we have to constantly reschedule and things. In practices, they sometimes end up doing practices in the gym, again, not because of current rain, but because of what's on the field from the day before, the 2 days before. So,
what do you think should be done about the drainage issues?
But I would say that if it was graded more so that the water would run towards the grass where it could be absorbed, that may be better. Secondly, it's probably time to, maybe put a new fresh layer of soil and gravel and things like that, just so that we don't have so many weeds and stuff cropping up, kind of treat it that way. It's time for it to reflect the new McBride, after the renovations, building in general. We would just kind of like for the field to kind of get the same tender love and care.
We then headed over to the high school to speak with another teacher, this time about how the bond will impact students' education.
It's giving students new options towards career courses such as robotics and aviation, which I think are really important future careers that students can focus on.
However, many residents are still skeptical about supporting this bond. A lot of people have mixed opinions on the bond recently because they're worried about it being costly. Is there anything you would like to say to them to reassure them that this can all be made possible without an increase on taxes here?
Absolutely. So how that works is over the course of time, that 2.98 mils starts to go down because property values go up and we don't have to levy as much to get the same amount of money to pay off the bonds. So it starts to go down. So what we're asking our community is, instead of letting it go down, we just keep it at 2.98 mils. They've been paying 2.98 mils for the last 14 years. Just keep paying 2.98 mils, and it would generate $77 million for our district to do these improvements for our kids, for our community. But we're not looking for another bond down the road.
There you've seen and heard many different perspectives about this proposed bond. Please remember to vote on November 4th. Downtown, join us for our final Booville Halloween segment. Thank you for watching and see you there.